Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a basic wig cap. So the things you'll need is a weaving net, and your weaving net looks like this. It comes in one really long piece, but you're going to need to double it. So this one long piece is long enough for me to cut in half into two pieces, because my circumference is only 21.5, but if your circumference is 22 or larger, you're going to need to buy two separate pieces and put them together that way. So you're going to need some pins. Scotch tape is optional, and you might need these little gadgets to pull the pins out if you want to save your pretty nails, and you might need this to push your pins in. Okay, so let's get started. This is my head mold. I've had this for 3 years. It's still going strong. I have it stuffed with sanitary napkins. The reasons why I use sanitary napkins is because cotton ball does collapse. My cotton ball, I did it the first time with cotton ball, and it started collapsing, so I had to take it all off. And taking all these thousands of little pins out is really hard. So I decided to find something that I knew wouldn't collapse, that was soft, and that I could use, and sanitary napkins was just my best option. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to take our lace the long way. Now this could be French lace, Swiss lace, or this wig lace. Doesn't matter. Now we want it flush tight against our forehead. So you can take some tape and you can tape it down. That's what the tape is for. You know, if you find it really hard to make it flush and keep it there. And you're going to want to start an inch below your hairline. Or you can go 2 inches, just depending on how long your lace is. Like I cut mine in half, so I don't really have that much to spare. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start pinning it. If you pin it down at an angle, it won't slip through these holes, because these holes are pretty big. So just remember that concentrate on keeping it flush across your hairline. Okay, once we have our front nice and pinned snug, we're going to turn around and we're going to work with the back. So, same goes for the back as goes for the front. We want it flush. Now, this is actually the end of my nap, and this back here is the bottom of my neck. So, as you can see, my wig net comes slightly, below, so of course I have enough. So kind of hold it some kind of way. This is where you can use that tape if you want to tape it. You tape it down, on that side, and tape it down on that side. So same. Pin it at an angle, and that'll keep it from slipping. Here we're just going to pin it to the edge of our neck. Okay, Real important. We're going to take it, this is the ear. We're going to take it and pin it down right in the center of that ear because we want it snug across. Okay, so this will be a slight problem for me because I don't have enough coming down this way. So I'm not going to redo the video because this is just a, you know, a training video. But if I were making a real wig cap for me to use, I would totally have to take it off and move it over some. So we're going to just pin it right straight down the ear, so we can have it nice and snug. So you probably can tell where we're going to add darts, right? You guessed it. We're going to add 2 darts in the back. And how you want to line up your darts is you want your dart going right at the edge of your neck. That's going to be your first dart. So go ahead and grab all that loose fabric in there. Let's do the side that came all the way down first. So what I'll do is one side on camera and one side off camera. And when you sew it, it's going to come, you know, you want to sew it all the way to the edge. So you can just, you don't have to pin it to the edge, but just know that you're going to sew it all the way to the edge. So your next dart is going to be right at the edge of, you know, the end of your hairline, right there. Now for this dart, sometimes you might have a little dart in the front, but sometimes you won't. So it just depends on how much net you have to pin away. So say for instance, this was going to be a dart. You would gather it here. Fold it in and close it up that way. That's how you make your dart. Sometimes you might have so much fabric where you might have a big dart there. So you just take it and fold it over, tuck it in like that, and close it up like that. Okay, so I have one side completely pinned. I'm going to do the other side off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, now we have all our sides nice and pinned. So I took the liberty of removing the pins, all except for one. So this is the front. So this is what our wig cap looks like before it's sewn. Now I'm going to sew mine on the serger. But you can hand sew yours or you can sew it on a regular sewing machine. But I'm going to show you how I sew it on my serger. So let's get our sewing machines out and we'll be right back. Okay, I've had my serger for about 20 years now. It looks yellow, but initially it was white. Just changed over the years. So really super quick. You have your pins. How I'm going to sew it is I'm just going to sew it inside the pins, or I may just pull the pins out. Yeah, I think I will. We're just going to pull the pins out. I'm going to leave the pin at the very bottom, which will give me a guideline of the angle. So I have my cutting tool on my serger all the way down, so it's going to cut the excess fabric as I sew. Okay, so we have one side done. That's basically what it looks like. It overlocks it. Alrighty, let's do the other side. Okay, that's two sides. I'll do the third side. Take my pins out. Alright, and we'll do our last side. So I'm doing the back so you know the seams for the back is pretty long. I actually do have a slip pad that I sit my machine on to keep it from slipping. Okay, so this is a basic wig cap. So you go ahead, we're going to try it on our mannequin. Let's go ahead and cut all our loose ends. And if you want, you can turn it inside out. Looks kind of cute and small, doesn't it? I'm going to get the mannequin. Okay, so there we have it. It should come nicely 1 inch below my hairline and come past the nape of my neck. This is my nape, so I have all this extra to play with. So from here, you can do a lot with this. You can add a stretch panel over it, you know, and sew a stretch panel in and then turn it over and cut this out. Or you can sew some lace on it to ventilate. You can machine sew elastic across the back from here to here. There's a million things that you can do with a base wig cap. Once you learn how to make this base, sky's the limit for you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching.